Ganga, could you talk more about what you said in the beginning, the tendency to put attributes to the realization?
Yes, okay.
Because nobody knows what it is, realization.
Yes.
So that the next conclusion from the mind is, it must be something like the teacher, because he has
Speaks about it. Yeah. Okay.
And then kicks in what I see something that is a very old programming of religions also, something like saintlyhood,
sure.
unreachable, supernatural.
And an idol.
Yes, and in that way the carrot is
very
absolutely
far.
Always at a safe distance, and it can go on and on, like in any religion. And it is certain interests are behind it to never end this game.
Yes, absolutely. But you see, okay, where did you start? Attributes. First of all, a master, what he does endlessly, if the demand is there to free oneself. So it means I want to know, to be myself, even though he will more understand, have experienced more and more that he's already himself. It's removing qualities and attributes. Is to remove in the seeker who is in front of him, with the demand. I insist with the demand, you see, because if there is no demand, there is no use also to speak that language. So if the demand, the only work, if I can say, which is going on between a student and a master, as long as he considers himself as a student and needs help, so there is a guide. The guide tries to remove, shakes up concepts, attributes. Any attributes, let it be, as you say, a projection on the masters, let it be projections on oneself. And what is a master, after all, is a finger that you, when you search, you still need a finger not to grasp attributes. Now, there is in that processus, which generally lasts a few years, a huge attachment, love and gratitude, because one feels helped and yet is not there as he feels. But a real master, you see, it's better to be attached to the one who always throws you back where you already are without any attributes, even beyond attributes and no attributes, because the master has no interest and no intention to keep anybody in confusion or in a being. So a master himself is not in the appearance. Very strangely, it's a language which is provoked by the right demand. So of course the shape in the beginning, if you keep a shape for yourself, you will need a shape to speak to you. But a master is no name, no form, as the student actually is no name and no form. So the last attachment or last guidance, it doesn't matter if it is focused on the finger, because that finger is throwing you out ever, always to yourself. Now, if one doesn't want to listen, is still, I believe, more lucky than the one who is attached to his cat, because the cat will never throw him back to himself, you see. And it explains why all this happens. Otherwise, you see, the master would be, what is the joy of a master? To see someone freeing himself, knowing very well that at that very moment he is no more a master because there is no student anymore. So, and now I can say something more about attributes. It's true that at a certain point of the search, one, in my language I speak like that, fulfills some concept or idea yet of the liberation, even though he hears no concept and so on, and yet some concept may be there. There then he is very happy, he is fulfilled, and there springs attributes like I am nobody, I am the absolute, I am ever present, and what not. That's what is going on in spirituality. So it's still a platform, but of course there generally the one who accomplished finally, as he thinks, the goal of his search doesn't need anything anymore, at least for a long while. So if there is no contact anymore with the past master, the arrogance may come up. If there is still a contact, whatever contact can be in the heart, whatever, gratitude, a contact, then he will be lucky to be visited by a huge doubt of his own accomplishment. Then the master will be very happy. Welcome, welcome. That itself, you can drop it. You see? So, it's a game. It's a big game. It's a serious game. There are many traps. Many traps. In the mind only. Did I answer? You are always the guru of someone in this world. Everybody has someone whom he can teach. So this game is going on. But the master is, when I say that, I always refer to my own master and what I adored him. There was a time where he was an idol, I adored him, there was only him existing. You even forget, you don't care if you search or not. Your life is fulfilled, you are with your master. Then of course it's not like this, then the search starts more intensely, and so on and so on. There are so many phases in a search. But I don't think, because it was also not my case, that he will maintain any superstition like idolatry or the golden carrot, which is never. And if it is so, there are two possibilities. maybe out of compassion because someone is not yet there, it's better that he has the golden carrot still. Otherwise he will bite rotten carrot of the world. Or he will make kick so hard to remove this golden carrot you want to keep. So hard. So no danger. Because you see, you cannot kick a student, a seeker. You cannot kick at, any moment, oh, you bloody one, you have not to search, nobody is there, go. What he will do? What he will do, this poor fellow? Impossible. You cannot behave like this. And if one behaves like this, he has to be a master. He knows very well, this may be an appropriate time for this particular soul. Otherwise, it will be a disaster. Then it's like the blind man bringing into the bottomless pit all his students. Into cynicism, into this, into that, into despair, into this and that. You see, it's such a game. Oh. No, we have huge time still. You see, it's not because you meet a master in your life that the work is finished when he dies. Even though you may have glimpses and so on. And to address directly to him, because in fact he never dies. Huh? But still you may need some human language. Still. So it explains a lot of things going on. The beauty is that the master has very, very strong jaws. And did you try when a cat bites your finger and you try to remove it? It's very hard. But if you leave it, then at some point it's really soft. Nothing happens.